Oh, hey guys. Sorry, just doing a little light reading. You know, the little Bilbo Baggins character always gets me. Anyway, let me slate up for you. Get that back in there. Sean Patrick Fawcett. What kind of name is Katniss Everdeen? Well, either way, I hope she finds all those Horcruxes. All right, hi there, everybody. My name is Sean Patrick Fawcett, and I'm here to talk to you about me losing over 200 pounds.
Losing over 200 pounds. Losing over 200 pounds.
So there. Yeah, this video is about my own personal journey towards health and changes in my life. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional or a dietitian or anybody that, let's just say anybody that knows anything about anything. I'm just a blank slate. If you are looking into weight loss or getting healthier, obviously you should check with your own doctor or any other professionals. But this is just meant for me to share about what I've gone through and my thoughts on what worked for me. And hopefully if any of that is inspiring to you or of interest or strikes a chord with you, yeah, take that and do what you can. So I've been a big guy my whole life and done plenty of dieting over the years, tried lots of different things. Gone up and down at times in weight. Had some success with different things as far as losing weight. Back in like 2008, I think I lost like around 120 pounds and gained it back eventually. Way back in the day when I was even younger, like maybe around 20, I think I lost around 100 pounds as well. Something I talked about when I wrote first about getting down under 100 pounds on Facebook. Not under 100 pounds. If I was under 100 pounds, I would be a skeleton. And when I lost my first 100 pounds, about that fear of going back to the way I was. And this has been a really interesting time for me. This is one of the first times in my life that I haven't really had that same gnawing thing in the back of my head. And I think part of it just does come from that approach that I've taken with this, where I don't feel like I've denied myself of anything in my life as far as food, and I've also found a much more positive outlook on the exercise part of it. There are days when the exercise can just be a real release for me. I've had a rough day, sometimes just going for a long walk feels great. You know, if I'm not feeling the best in my head, maybe a run or the elliptical machine, sometimes working out, just it'll help me now clear my head. I think when I was younger, I thought that there were people that were normal like me, and then there were crazy fitness people. And now what I've kind of discovered is that there's a lot of people that do stuff for their health, and that's normal, and that's okay. You know, you don't have to be a gym rat or a marathoner or whatever, but I think I found a way that it fits more in me, and I feel good about it. And that, in combination with changing some attitudes about food, as far as like approaching this in a different way, seeing that I could be healthy and not never eat a certain kind of food. That I think has like alleviated some of that fear. As far as the food goes, you know, in a lot of ways I felt like I grew up with this idea that and I think a lot of people do, that there's good food and bad food. You know, although strangely, the bad food is always the stuff that people, even though they say it's bad, they like the taste of it and they want to eat a lot of it. One of the things in my relationship with food was always this idea that like, oh, we're not supposed to have this kind of food. So whenever you get the chance to have that kind of food, you gotta eat as much of it as you can, because you never know when you're gonna get it again. I think there were times when I was bigger that I would eat a lot and also turn off my brain at the same time. That was something I've thought about over the years, is that there was for as much as of my day that I would spend in my brain thinking about being fat and not feeling good about that, and feeling bad about the things that I'd eaten, the choices that I'd made food-wise and whatnot, when it came time to eat that food that I really wanted that was bad for you or whatever, strangely, with all that time I spent the rest of the day thinking about it, that's the one time the brain would go off. And you would just eat, and then when you were done, I would think about how I didn't feel good about that. Now, when I eat, whether I'm eating McDonald's or a salad or fruit or bacon and eggs or, I don't know, a steak, chicken, pasta, whatever, I tend to just actually enjoy eating the food, and I'm more present in that moment eating it. I cook a lot more than I used to. I think that is another kind of form of being involved in it. So in March of 2020, when everything shut down, I was, to my best estimate, a little over 400 pounds. I don't know exactly, but I've been using 400 as a benchmark, and I was feeling pretty bad. I figured I have all the time in the world, why not do something with it? And also, I was ready to go outside, even though it was going to be the fully masked, avoiding people at 6 feet at all costs and wearing garlic around my neck. And I'm not just kidding. But I said what I would start with, this was the beginning of June in 2020, so the end of May, beginning of June. I was just going to start with some stretching because I knew that would be good for my back, for my body in general. Did that for a few days until I got around to the Monday, and I was like, we're going to go outside. We're going to go for a walk, me and my wife. We're going to go, roughly 10 minutes up this way, 10 minutes back. We're going to do a half mile up and a half mile back. Start with walking just a mile a day. And then that mile turned into 2 miles, 40 minutes, 3 miles an hour. And on from there. I was giving myself more options so that if I did wake up and I was like, I really don't know that I can walk 5 miles today. I don't really feel that, I could instead get on the elliptical. Then I started running the stairs in my building. I live in a 4-story building, and I was like, I knew the stairs used to kill me when I was bigger. I was like, I know those will burn calories really quick if I do a little bit of that. And same thing with everything else. I just started building it up. And so then I basically felt like I had an actual tool chest at this point where I can mix and match, or if I go out of town and I have these things available to me and these things not available, I can change what my workout regimen is. I wanted to turn it into something that was like a really basic habit. It was like, the way I thought of it, honestly, was like brushing my teeth. You don't get up like looking forward to brushing your teeth, but it's just something you do every day, and it's also something you don't dread. And I never wanted to dread the exercise part. What lost me the weight is not me going on a 12-mile walk down to Navy Pier and back, or downtown Chicago, or whatever, doing that crazy walk that I did from Midway home. Those things aren't the things that lost me weight, gained me health, better health. The things that did that was the consistency and the simplicity of how I started. Those things came to me through the 20 minutes a day and the 40 minutes a day, and the attitude of making it habitual and not something that I hated. And I think those are the things that help me not be afraid of the possibility of all this being taken away, because there's some understanding that I feel like I've come to that I didn't have before. So something that I think it's really important for you to know is that I am hugely about body positivity. And something that's become very clear to me in this journey is that this hasn't been about trying to fit in and look a certain way. I hate the fact that there are plenty of people out there that do think it matters, and it make it difficult for you to live in this world to fit into their idea of the way things are going to be because of your size or any other factor, the way you look. I've lived my entire life on the other side of that, and not necessarily feeling like I fit in. So when I'm sharing this, it should be known that I'm sharing this because if there's somebody out there that isn't feeling good and wants to feel better, feel healthy, if they're not feeling healthy, then this is what worked for me. And as far as people that are bigger, let's say, right, and then they still feel good about themselves, they feel great in their bodies, just know that I'm absolutely with you. I couldn't be happier for you, and I celebrate you just the way I hope you would celebrate me. I feel incredible. I'm in the best shape of my life. And that's, I feel strong, I feel healthy and happy. The other stuff, as far as the ways people see me, it can be very warm and welcoming and lovely. My ego appreciates it, but that's all just bonus, icing on the cake stuff. I had to really find out what I needed this for, and I think I did. So certainly one of the interesting things nowadays for me is running into people that I haven't seen in a long time. We all know the expression, "Oh, I barely recognize you," or "You're unrecognizable," blah, blah, blah. Well, I've experienced that truly now with multiple people, having the moment of going up and saying, "Oh, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time." And them turning and being like, "Oh, hi, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's good to see you." And then being like, "It's Sean Fawcett," sometimes followed up by Christine Benoit's husband. Or sometimes I don't even have to get to that part, but what will happen is you'll have the moment of realizing they have a moment where they're talking to a stranger, and then suddenly they understand who they're talking to. They realize who it is. And then there's the moment of like, "Oh my goodness, you have gone through a massive change." Something that I found is that now talking to people and like hanging out after I've seen them for a while, I think that what I've been finding is that there seems to be a worry on some people's part that maybe they shouldn't talk to me about my weight loss. I don't mind if somebody else wants to talk to me about it at all, because I'm glad to share it. It's been a very positive experience for me. I think sometimes too, there is an element. I think people worry that it might be not a positive thing. Maybe it's a health issue, which I can clearly say that it's not the case. And also, I think some people are concerned that maybe I might have gotten some sort of gastric surgery or anything like that, which then for some reason I think for some people makes them think that I might be uncomfortable talking about it. And there's a couple things about that. I didn't get surgery. I just had, as I've explained, all the time in the world to be able to figure out how to healthily approach my life. And B, I have several friends that have gone through different procedures and had that experience of losing weight through surgery. I certainly think that I was getting close to the point when I was bigger where if I hadn't had these set of circumstances land in my lap, I may have been actually legitimately considering that finally for myself, just as a health intervention. And it's incredibly commendable, the people that have been able to make that decision to do something that is healthy for them, to get them to a place where they can find a new way to look at their lives and live in a more healthy way. I don't know that I could have done it. I don't know that I would have been successful. But I will say this, if I had done that, and anybody that has done that, I in no way think that's something to be embarrassed about or feel uncomfortable talking about, because you got to take care of you. But anyway, if you do see me and you want to talk to me about my life, my changes in my body, whatever, I don't mind talking about it at all. This video is just it's like a tip of the iceberg as far as the weird little things that I've noticed about my life changing over the last few years. It's literally a strange, awesome new world. That is the thrust of what I wanted to say. Now, the other thing that I figured I would do for you, because I think it would be fun, maybe you might enjoy it. I mean, this is all clickbait anyway about the losing 200 pounds and I was big and now I'm small and that's why you want to look at this video, is I thought for your enjoyment, I would bring out some old clothes. This is just a shirt. It's pretty big. It's weird to me when I see my old shirts. They look like they're like cartoon people shirts to me. I don't quite fathom how wide that is in comparison to me. That's the shirt. But this is the fun one. These are the pants. These are my old pants. Yeah. So these are a 56-inch waist. That's what I was at. And the jeans that I'm wearing right now, these are 34s, which is pretty cool. So that's like 22 inches off of, well, I'm really good at math. I didn't have to be an actor. I could have done math in a job sense, whatever that means. So yes, this is my pants, and I'll close out with a really entertaining and strange thing that you can see. There we go. You know, I just put my pants on like everybody else, one leg at a time. But this time I'm going to do the 2 legs into 1 leg at a time, and turn these jeans, my old jeans, into like a pencil skirt, you know, because I'm all about high fashion. So there you go. That's me in 1 leg, right? So, hey, what do you think? It's pretty good, yeah. Anyway, for my friends and family, I love you and thanks for being so supportive on this journey. In particular, my wife, Christine. I couldn't have done this without her. She made it possible for me to take this time and do this. It's like I need to say goodbye to another leg in here or something. It's empty. Anyway, on that note, good night.
Ho, ho. What can I do for you, girl? Last bit of frosting with your finger.